everyone, and welcome to the Profit Protector Pro Deep Dive. Who have we got here today? Hi, Simon. Hi, Rob. Beck's here with us, and today I have Matt with me. He's my co-host today. So we'll just let a few more people join. We've got 11 people here so far, so we'll just let some more people join. So basically what we're going to do today is we've got lots of videos that have been pre-recorded by the fabulous Kaylee, and we're going to play those for you so that you can get to know some of the features that you might not already know about. And then we'll come back here. You can ask lots of questions in the chat and we'll have a little talk about what we've just seen. So that'll be great. Hi, Emma. Where are you all joining us from today? We always like to know this.
Yeah.
And then we have a little chat about the weather, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, it's a really nice day today.
It is, isn't it?
Like compared to the past couple of days.
Yeah, it's been really gloomy, hasn't it? And now it's like blue skies and lovely. I think it takes a little while, doesn't it? You know, we say something and then the chat comes in a bit later, but I think it's because we're a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
Hello, Richard from Hungary. I wonder what the weather's like there. I bet it's nice.
I have no idea. County Durham from Rob.
Yeah.
Asia, Nando's.
Do you mean you're in Nando's, or is that a place? Is that a place? I don't know if that's a place.
I don't know either. You just think the restaurant, but I guess not.
Hi, Ureem from Kansas. And we've got Richard saying that it's rainy today. Rob, all blue skies here. Oh, that's a shame. It was kind of rainy here yesterday. It was like grey and it wasn't the best. But
we've given it to you clearly.
Yeah.
Very sorry about that, Richard.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think maybe we've got everybody here now because we are like 3 minutes past 3. Yep. So we'll go ahead and we'll start the first video. I wonder which one we should do first. Maybe we go in with the top one first because that makes sense. We'll go with boost figures. And so we'll play this video. You'll get to learn all about what the boost figures does and things like that. And then we'll come back and we'll have a chat. So we'll see you in a minute.
Catch everyone in a minute.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about the Profit Protector Pro Boost. So this is the 30-day PPP boost and the all-time PPP boost. There are 2 places in your account where you will be able to see these figures. First of all, in the analysis page, it is the top left 2 left boxes here. And then if you go to inventory, it will be the 2 boxes at the top here. So first of all, what are they? So this is basically additional profit that Profit Protector Pro has generated by selling above the average buy box price. Now the numbers in here aren't real, this is a demo account, but just to illustrate to you. So this is basically additional profit that Profit Protector Pro has made you using those amazing algorithmic strategies that you can use within Profit Protector Pro, and then that is collated and you will see it all time, or you would see the last 30 days. So just to indicate to you how amazing Profit Protector Pro is, and I think it's a really great visual tool that will show you, you know, how much extra profit is being generated by using Profit Protector Pro. So I'll give you an example. Now let's say we have got, let's go to inventory. Let's say we've got this product here, these balloons. So let's say the average buy box price is, I don't know, let's say £15. And there are 5 sellers all selling at that £15, and we're one of them. So we're selling it for £15, and then there's 4 other sellers. So Profit Protector Pro, using its algorithmic strategy, learns that listing as it goes, and then it takes your current price up to, let's say, £20. Just easy numbers. So from £15 to £20, £5 extra. Profit Protector Pro fishes, it works really hard, and it gets you that buy box, and you keep that buy box, and then you make sales at that higher price. So that is what we would define as a sale above that average buy box price, and you've made £5 over that average buy box price. So let's say you make 5 sales at that price, that's £25. So then that £25 would be included in your Profit Protector Pro boost, because it's sales that you've made above that average buy box price, and it's the amount above that buy box price. I hope I'm making sense to you guys here. It often gets confused that these are kind of your profit totals, so profit during the last 30 days and profit of all time. It's not profit in total. Those numbers would be more than these numbers, would be higher. This is that boost. So as it says here, the additional profit that Profit Protector Pro has generated by selling above that average buy box price. If you ever want to kind of clarify that while you're in here, all you need to do is just hover over the boxes and Profit Protector Pro will give you a tooltip and explain what those boxes are. But that is what those two boxes are that you see at the top when you're in your inventory and also at the top when you're on your analysis page as well. Back to me and Holly.
And Matt. We're going to have to redo some of those videos, aren't we? Because it's always going to be different. We need to say back to team or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's the boost figures. They are incredibly helpful just so that you can see how much better you are doing by using Profit Protector Pro. It just gives you that little bit of peace of mind that, you know, it's doing something even better than just getting you the buy box. It's getting you those sales over and above the buy box. We had a client post in the Profit Protector Pro group earlier on today, and he was talking about how well the EFN and the PAN have done for him, but that those bits will have definitely shown in his boost figure because he was getting sales on lots of them over and above the buy box. So absolutely amazing. I doubt there's going to be very many questions in terms of the boost figures because obviously Kaylee did such a good job at explaining, but then also it's kind of simple, so there's not really very many questions to ask. So I guess we should probably move on to one of the other videos and then you'll probably have lots more questions about those ones. So I'm thinking that we'll go custom strategies and then afterwards we'll do automations.
It makes sense, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to go to custom strategies and then we'll be back. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have in the chat and we'll get back to you as soon as we come back. See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk you through custom strategies. So first of all, how do you get there? I have logged into my Profit Protector Pro account. This is a demo account and I'm just on the inventory page. All you need to do is just click custom strategies, which is on the top menu here, and it will take you to the main page. Now, custom strategies is for when you want to create your own strategy. Basically, the clue is in the name. In our strategies that you already have access to within Profit Protector Pro, the amazing algorithmic ones and the other ones. Now, in the algorithmic ones, there are kind of thousands of scenarios and circumstances that have to be inbuilt within the strategies, but this is for when you want to create your own. So first of all, this is kind of the main page, and these are test ones that we've created in the past. So first of all, you have the strategy name, you have any description, you have the date that it was last edited. You can also toggle them on and off. So this basically means whether that strategy is available in your list of strategies when you want to choose which strategy you want to apply to a listing. And then you have your actions. So the information button basically brings up kind of an overview of that strategy that you've created. And then you've also got your edit button and your delete button. So once you've created one, you've named it and it's in here, you can always go back in and edit it or look at the details of it. So in order to create one, up here you need to click new custom strategy and it will open the page for you. Now, this is then kind of what we call the custom strategy wizard. So Profit Protector Pro is basically going to ask you a series of questions and then your answers will help create that strategy, because obviously you're not necessarily going to know straight away, you know, how to actually create a strategy from scratch. So this is kind of a wizard to talk you through it. So as with all of our softwares, you have what we call tooltips. So if you hover over a question mark, it will give you an explanation of a feature, if that's what it's on, or this, for example, will basically explain the question to you in a bit more detail. So if you read the question and you think, oh, I'm not quite sure what they mean, look out for the tooltip and that will just give you a bit more of a breakdown of how to kind of answer the question effectively. So question 1, what fulfillment method do you wish to compete with? So basically this is, do you want to compete with all sellers? Do you want to compete with FBA sellers? Or do you want to just compete with MF sellers? So for this example, I'm going to say, like, let's think I'm an FBA seller, so I just want to compete with FBA. So I'm going to click FBA and then click next to move me on to the next question. Now, again, don't forget your tooltips, that will tell you a bit more information. So question 2, what condition do you wish to compete with? Now, most people obviously will be selling new products, so you would choose new. If you are used, then obviously there's various conditions of used. So we have all used except collectible, used average, used good, used very good, used like new, and used collectible. Now, if you're doing, well, you can select more than one, but obviously it's unlikely that you're going to want to do new and a used condition. So if you are selling used, you can choose more than one condition at a time. I'm just going to say new because I think that's probably the most likely answer for most people, and then just click next and it will move you on to the next one. So now Profit Protector Pro is going to kind of walk you through different scenarios and then ask what you would want Profit Protector Pro to do in that scenario. So question 3, what should Profit Protector Pro do in this scenario? There is no buy box and there are other sellers with the selected fulfillment method and condition. So you have a series of kind of options basically. So you can go to minimum, go to maximum, go to break even. Then you've got match, so you can match other sellers low price and then it will give you the fulfillment method, other sellers mid and the same, high and the same. And then you also have kind of what I call the currency box here. So you can do pounds or dollars over, and then you've got options, so break even, other sellers low, mid and high, under, break even, other sellers low, mid and high, and then you've got percentage and also the same options as well. So the bottom two are kind of similar, but it's whether you want to do it by percentage or do it by a currency amount. So I am going to say that I want to let's say match an other seller's mid price, and I'm going to choose FBA because that's what I am. Then it will automatically move you on to the next question. So question 4, again, what should Profit Protector Pro do? There is no buy box and there are no other sellers with the selected fulfillment method and condition. So again, you have all of your options. So you've got go to, you've got match, and then you've got your currency kind of over and under, and you've got your percentage over and under. So options here, you could say go to max and leave it there for a little while, maybe change it if other sellers do come onto the listing. So I'm going to do that in this scenario. So I'm going to say go to max. And again, it will automatically move you on to the next question. So question 5, now what should Profit Protector Pro do? So there is a buy box and there are other sellers with the selected fulfillment method and condition. So we have competition basically. So what should Profit Protector Pro do? So you could, for instance, match the buy box. You could match another seller's low price. You have quite a lot of options. So we have the buy box and there are other sellers. So I am going to say, match the buy box. I said have the buy box. I'm going to have a buy box. So match buy box. Question 6. There is a buy box and there are no other sellers with the selective fulfillment method and condition. So here we could potentially, let's say, go to max because I've said let's pretend I'm an FBA seller. So potentially I could be the only FBA seller. So we could assume that the buy box is with an MF seller. So I'm in this scenario, again, you've got all your options and you can kind of think through your different scenarios and what you'd like to do. But I'm going to say, let's do this one because we haven't done this one yet. So I'm going to say I want to go over the buy box and I want to go over by $5 or £5. So I've input that. Let's go next. Question 7, you have the buy box. Good news. So we've got the buy box. What repricing action do we want to take? So you have a couple of different options here. So again, you've got your go-to, then you've got your switch strategy, which is one that we haven't come across yet. So let's say, for example, FBA algorithmic, and you have all of the strategies. If you have Profit Protector Pro, you will have seen those before. Then you've got the match one, which we have had previously. You've got, again, your currency one over and under. You've got your percentage over and under. And you've also got do nothing as well. So we've got the buy box. What do we want it to do? I'm going to say go to minimum. Now, at some point when the developers have finished doing it, it's really exciting. We are going to split custom strategy and automation. So you will be able to do just custom strategy on its own. So this box won't appear and you will basically then, at this point, I've just done my custom strategy, worked my way through the wizard and I would save it. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to go save from here because I just want to change to save the custom strategy wizard, which is what it will look like when they're completely split separately. So I am going to save my strategy. So you would just put a name in here, obviously something a bit more exciting than that. And then you might have a description. So you might have decided to make a custom strategy for a specific reason. So you could put that in there just to remind you exactly what it is. Type that in there, and all you need to do is click save. And then it will say here, it was green, it will say custom strategy was saved successfully. And then you'll also see that it's appeared here. So I'll show you now this information button. If you click on there, you will have seen it at the beginning, but now it will make a bit more sense to you if you haven't been through this process already. So this is basically all of the questions that Profit Protector Pro asked me, the scenarios that it gave me, and what I've asked it to do in those scenarios. So if you want to kind of revisit a custom strategy that you've made and see exactly what you've input, or you think of a scenario and you think, oh, what did I ask it to do? You can come back and you can have a look at that. And then if you need to, you can also edit it as well. So that's really, really useful. So my strategy is here and I want to make it active. So I'm just going to toggle it on there. Custom strategy was made active successfully. So now I'm going to come to my inventory and I'll just show you. So my inventory is loading here. If I come down and I've got my strategy drop down here and I scroll to the bottom, you'll see the bottom one that's appeared is webinar test. So straight away that custom strategy is I can use it, I can apply it to any specific listings that I want to apply it to. So that is custom strategies. As I said, it's in the menu options at the top, super easy, and the wizard will talk you through it. Any questions, just ask us in the chat or drop us an email and we'll always be happy to help you with custom strategies. So back to me and Holly.
I'm not going to say me and Matt every time, but me and Matt. Okay, so yeah, that was a custom strategy, super helpful. If you know exactly what you want one of your ASINs to be doing, then custom strategies are for you and you should definitely get those set up. I think you did a poll, didn't you, Matt?
I did, yes. I like doing those because I like to know what you guys are, what you guys like and what you guys do. So do you use custom strategies? 40% said yes, I love being able to build and use my own. 60% said I don't, but maybe something I consider in the future. I'm guessing that's because, you've got all of those really useful strategies in Profit Protector Pro anyway, so I imagine you're happy with one of those. It's always there if you need it, so it's quite a useful feature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the algorithmic strategies are amazing all by themselves anyway, but it just gives you that extra little bit of flexibility. Like I say, if you know that you want something to act in a very particular way because you've sold on a listing for a really long time, you know exactly what it typically does, then those custom strategies can be super helpful for you. I don't think we have any questions because, again, Kaylee did such a good job at explaining that. So I think we'll probably move over to automations. Again, guys, any questions at all, even if it's not surrounding the feature that we're talking about, you can definitely go ahead and ask them in the chat. That's no problem. But for now, we will move on to automations so you can learn about that feature as well. Okay, so we'll see you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk you through automations. So you reach this by clicking the automations button in the top menu option. Now this is a super awesome feature, I think, because it basically allows you to say to Profit Protector Pro, when this happens, do this, and apply it to a specific listing. You can do it on a per ASIN basis. So the setup here looks very similar to Custom Strategies one if you've seen it. So first of all, you've got the automation name, the description, the last edited date. You can toggle it on and off whether you want it to be available to use to apply to an ASIN, and you have your edit button and your delete button as well. So to create a new one, all you need to do is click that button. Now you have two kind of setup methods that are available to you. One is the wizard, which is what Custom Strategies looks like, and then you've got flow. So the way they work is effectively, it is the same. You're inputting the same information, and the outcome of what Profit Protector Pro will do based on what you tell it to is the same. It's just kind of a different way of inputting that information because, I say quite a lot about making it personal to you, and everyone works in different ways. So some people will prefer the wizard way and some people will prefer to use the flow. So basically, I don't know if you can see here on the flow, the first drop down here is kind of your condition. So you'll see it starts saying after automation has been active for, And you'll see here that that's the first option here, this first button. So all of the options on this drop down, if I was to click on it, would be these options here that you've got. So like I said, it's the same, it's just kind of a different visual representation of it, so that some people might find the wizard better, some people might find the flow better. So I'm going to go with the wizard. So question 1. So as I said, automations is a way for you to say, you know, when this certain specific thing happens, this is what I want you to do. So what should happen for this automation to activate? So you have a few options. You have after the automation has been active for a certain amount of time. You've got when seller numbers increase to a certain amount and when seller numbers decrease to a certain amount. You've got when stock falls below X amount, when no sales have occurred for a certain amount of time, if buy box goes below minimum, and if buy box goes above maximum. So I am going to say, let's say, after the automation has been active for a certain amount of time, and then of course Profit Protector Pro needs to know after what period of time. So after what period of time do you want to change your strategy? And I'm going to say after 3 months. So months, and then obviously it needs to know how many, and then click next. So then you've said if this happens, so basically if it's been active for 3 months, but then Profit Protector Pro needs to know what you'd like it to do. So you've got lots of options. So you can say go to minimum, maximum, you can switch your strategy, you can match the buy box or other sellers low, mid and high price, and then you've got your currency and your percentage. So you can go over and under the buy box, other sellers low price, other sellers mid price, and other sellers high price. So I'm going to say that after 3 months, I want it to switch my strategy. I'm going to say FBA algorithmic strategy, and I'm going to choose, let's say, cautious sales enhancer. Now that might be the only thing that you want this automation to do, which would be absolutely fine. All you would say is, no, I don't want to add another condition, and then you would save it, and that would be that. But I'm just going to show you a few more examples, because obviously that's what I'm doing. I'm demonstrating automation. So do you want to add another condition? And I'm going to say yes. So let's think, what else, what should happen for this automation to activate? You could say, let's say, when seller numbers increase to a certain amount. Of course, Profit Protector Pro needs to know how many sellers. So let's say randomly 7 sellers. Click next. And then when seller numbers do increase to 7, what do you want it to do? So again, you've got all of your options. So I'm going to say when seller numbers increase to 7, I want to go to my maximum. And again, that could be it, but I'm going to show you some more examples. So yes, I want to add another condition. And let's think so a good example might be if you want you want to sell through some stock, you want to just get rid of it and you want to delete the listing. So when your stock falls below a certain amount, let's say 3. So when stock falls to 3, what do I want it to do? I'm going to say I want it to switch strategy, FBA strategy, and I want it to go to super aggressive dominator, because when there's only 3 left, I just want to get rid of them so that I can close the listing. There might be a reason that, you know, I don't want to restock that item. Super aggressive dominator. So then that's done, and now I'm going to say no, I don't want to add any more. I'm finished. Then of course you need to name your automation, and then the description automatically populates with basically what you've input into that automation. So after the automation has been active for 3 months, switch the strategy to cautious sales enhancer. When seller numbers increase to 7, go to max. And when stock falls below 3, switch the strategy to super aggressive dominator. And then once you're done, obviously you can edit this if you wanted, so you can add more text in there. And then just click save. And then you'll see it says automation was saved successfully, and that's appeared at the bottom here. So I've called it webinar automation. Now it's toggled on. So what this means is then if I go to my inventory, I'm going to refresh it. You'll have seen you have obviously the strategy one, and then you have the automation one, and you'll see that now that webinar automation, that one that I've just created, is available. So I can select that and apply that to this ASIN, because obviously the reason that you've created an automation in the first place might be that you want to apply it to certain ASINs. So that's why this feature is so exciting, because it means that I can now go through and I think, right, for some reason, you know, that's the automation that I wanted to create for this one, so I can apply that here, and I can, you know, do it straight from the drop down in my inventory. So that's automations. As I said, you can reach it just by clicking automations at the top there. it will open up any that you've already created and just click New Automation and choose your setup method to go through and create your own automation. Back to me and Holly.
I won't say it this time. Okay, so that was automations. Again, Kaylee did an amazing job of explaining that. If you have any questions about it, then just let us know in the chat. Automations, again, are really great. They just add so much to a listing, and it also means that you can set something up and then you can kind of just forget about it because you've told it that you want it to do X, Y, Z in the future. So they're really great. If you haven't tried them out already, you should. And that leads me on to, I think you've done another poll, Matt.
I have, yeah. So I asked, do you use automations? And 66% of you said yes, being able to prepare for certain situations is so helpful. I'm glad you think so. And 33% said I don't, but maybe something I consider doing in the future. Hopefully that video has given you some inspiration to make one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're amazing. If you haven't used them already, then I think that you definitely should. And we'll only add more to these automations going forward. So it's definitely something to get used to now whilst we've got these options. And then when we add more, it'll be super exciting for you because you'll already know what you're doing. And that makes me think I've got an exciting video at the end of this webinar for a little update that we've made that I think is going to make lots of you very happy. So we'll do that at the end. We're getting through these videos so fast. Being as though we don't have any questions, maybe we should go to the next one. Shall we do sleep mode next?
Yep, yeah, let's do sleep mode.
Okay, cool. We'll go to sleep mode and then we'll be back. See you soon.
See you in a minute.
In this video, I want to talk to you about an amazing feature within Profit Protector Pro that is sleep mode. So the first thing you need to know is obviously how to get there and how to set up the parameters and turn it on. So if you go to account and then go to my account and then just scroll down, you'll come down to where you see the heading sleep mode. Now, as always, you have a tooltip if you hover over that will give you a little overview about what it's like. But sleep mode will basically, if you ask it to, if you enable it, which you obviously do here, will reset to your max prices during sleep. So during these parameters that you will set here. So now most people using other repricers will be kind of matching buy boxes and following the trends that the other repricers are setting. So basically what it will do is while it's in that sleep mode, so like I said, within those parameters here, it will nudge your price up to your max price, which will then nudge someone else to go up and so on. Now, this is especially beneficial, obviously, if there aren't many of you on the listing, because obviously there's less people for the prices to go up and up and up. Now, other repricers may follow suit, especially if that's what their settings are set to. So then it basically means that when the day starts, the price of your product may start at a higher price, which obviously will put you in a better position to make more profit and have more return on your investment. So the sleep mode within Profit Protector Pro aims to basically maximize your ROI, your return on investment, while you sleep, which is an amazing feature of Profit Protector Pro because obviously you're sleeping and it is still working for you, doing its best to drive up that price and maximize your profit because you want great sales. But on the back of those great sales, you want great profit because without profit, there is no business. So that is the sleep mode. So as I said, come to your account settings. Obviously, you need to enable it if you want to turn it on. You need to do your stop repricing time and your restart repricing time. And obviously click the box for reset to max prices during sleep. And also you can tick whether you want it to include those buy box winners. So that is the sleep mode within Profit Protector Pro. Back to
that one cut off before she said it. So yeah, that's sleep mode. Lots of people really love sleep mode, and obviously it gives you those extra little options whether you want it to do that with your buy box ASINs, the ones that are in the buy box, or whether you don't. So it just gives you that nice flexibility. I think hopefully maybe at some point we'll potentially maybe do that per ASIN, but don't tell the developers because they might want to hurt me. But I think that would be really cool if we could do it per ASIN as opposed to across all of the ASINs. I think a lot of people would really like that. So yeah, we don't have any questions, and we didn't do a poll that time, but
It wasn't quick enough.
it was quite a quick one, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
But if you guys do use the sleep mode, then let us know. I hope that you all like it if you do use it. But in the meantime, we will head over to another video. We're flying through them. But next, we've got bulk inventory. There's a few new bits on the bulk inventory in case you haven't seen it. So we'll head over to that one and then we'll be back soon.
See you in a minute.
In a minute.
Today I'm going to be talking about some additions that we've made to the bulk inventory management feature. So those of you who use this feature regularly will notice that if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there is now another little section, and it says S&L, which is the small and light toggle, and the EFN pan toggles. And you can now kind of bulk turn them on or bulk turn them off using these codes, using the bulk management feature. So I'm going to run you through how it works. Now, first of all, I just want to point out these links. So there's 3 links here. They are a video that talk you through how to do it, and you can use whichever one is appropriate to you, whether you are Excel, Numbers, or Google Sheets. So whether you're Windows, Mac, or you're using Google Sheets. So the first thing you need to do is download an inventory CSV. So you've got either a full inventory CSV, you've got an in-stock inventory CSV, or you've got a blank template as well. So I'm going to go for download full inventory. So I've clicked there to download, and then I'm just going to go down and open that file. So here you go, you can see it's opened. So the columns I've got here are, so obviously this is a demo account, but it will show in exactly the same way as yours. So I've got the SKU, I've got the ASIN, I've got the minimum price, the maximum price, the buy price, the break-even price, the marketplace, the strategy ID, you've got any custom strategies, you've got the title of the product, and if we come along, you've also got the automation, you have got small and light, EFN, PAN, and also VAT override as well. So I'm just going to come back to the website for a second because I want to talk about what you can tweak. Because if you edit things that you're not meant to be editing, it can mean that those changes won't be put into place. So what you want to be looking at are your minimum price, your maximum price, your break even, your cost price, and then your strategy and automations, custom strategies, if that's applicable. And then also I'm going to show you the VAT override, the EFN and PAN toggles, and also the small and light toggle. So I'm going to come down. If you look at these tables, so basically the ID is what it should be in the spreadsheet. So for each marketplace, you've got an ID. For each strategy, you have an ID. And also if you want it to be a custom strategy, the ID is -1. So let's come back and you will see that here we have got a column for the strategy. And as I said, if you want it to be using a custom strategy, you need to put -1 in the strategy ID, and then you need to put the name of the custom strategy in there. And it needs to be the name exactly as it is so that Profit Protector Pro can make that link. And then also the same if you want it to put in an automation name. So the name needs to be exactly the same. So the new additions to this are, as I said, you've got the small and light, you've got the EFN PAN toggle, and I'm also going to show you the VAT override. So the small and light and EFN and PAN, the numbers that you need to put in are here. So basically, if you want the toggle to be off, you put a 0, and if you want it to be on, you put a 1. So as you can see here, I've got some 1s in some of the columns, and then the rest are just blank. So you would input in there exactly what you want it to apply. And then also the VAT override, you would just put the number in there for the percentage that you want it to override that VAT figure with. Now, what you need to make sure you do once you've input all of your changes, so edit it as you want it to change it, and then you need to make sure that you save it as a CSV because that is the file format that will work when you then upload it to Profit Protector Pro. So I've clicked Save As, and I'm just going to save it as a CSV file. Once that's done, you then want to go back to Profit Protector Pro and you need to upload inventory CSV. I then want to select the file that I want to upload, and it is of course going to be this one. As you can see here, you need to bear in mind that this will overwrite any data. So basically you're implementing changes to your inventory, whether that's changing the strategy, changing the min and max price. Maybe you want to, apply a custom strategy to quite a few listings. to quite a few SKUs, or whether you want to turn the EFN or PAN toggle on or off. So make sure that everything you've put into that document is what you actually want to implement. And then when you're ready, just click upload. You'll see the little toggle will turn, and then as it says here, it will say your CSV has been uploaded. It may take a short while to process, so please check back for the progress update, but you can see that it's been a success. Really, really simple. The main things that you need to remember are look at the columns that you can edit, make sure that you save it as a CSV so that when you then upload it, you don't have any issues. Back to us.
Hello again. I was a bit better, that ending there.
Well,
Back to nice and plain.
It was much better. You can tell because it was a new one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
you know, because there was a few new bits added to the bulk inventory with the EFN and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So Emma said this makes it so much quicker to update my strategies. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Definitely a good thing to use if you've got lots and lots of listings and ASINs. Definitely something that you should take a look into if you haven't already. And again, makes it so much easier with the new EFN toggle. Being able to switch those on and off there is really great. But I think, is that our last video? Oh, we've got the exciting update one, which I think maybe I've overhyped it ever so slightly, but it is exciting, and it did really excite me, didn't it?
It is exciting. We
were talking about it just before, and it was probably maybe even a little bit disturbing how excited I got about it, but it's okay. These are the things we get excited about here. So the new thing that we have to show you guys is the new filter update. And what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to put more than one filter on. So as before, we had in stock, need min max, at min and max, all of that good stuff. It's now going to allow you to layer those things, which just makes it really, really good and easy for you when you're trying to narrow down on your ASINs and find specific things. We've also added strategies in there, so that's really exciting. But before I say too much, I'll show you the video and you can see it for yourself, and then we can come back and we can have a chat about it. So I'll pop that on now and we'll see you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
In this video, I want to show you something super exciting that we have added to Profit Protector Pro literally in the last hour or so. So super new, so a lot of you won't have even seen it yet. So I'm on my inventory page in my demo Profit Protector Pro account, and you'll see there's a button here that says filters. Now, if you click on this, you'll see we have added lots and lots of options for how you can then filter your inventory. So you now have so many more options. So you've got FBA, you've got FBM, you've got where repricing is turned on and off, you've got where your buy box is below minimum, you have an automation set, you've got in stock, out of stock, in the buy box, not in the buy box, retail, wholesale, at minimum, at maximum. You've got your favorites. You can favorite them by just clicking on a star like that, and that will add something to your favorites. You've got needs, minimum and maximum. You've got small and light, and then you've also got EFN as well. And then there is even more options. So if you click show strategies, you'll see that there's now a list of all of the strategies. So you can now even filter by which strategy you have set. So you'll notice that as well as the algorithmic strategies and the rules-based repricing strategies, you've also got default as well. So you can even filter by the ones that you've got set to your default strategy. Now, these aren't kind of standalone, so you can use more than one. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to look at in stock and you wanted to look at max. So you could do two of them. I'm just going to hide that because I don't need that one, and then you would just click apply, and then it will apply that filter. And obviously this is a demo account, so I don't have very much in there, so I can't illustrate that to the best, but I think a lot of you will be really, really happy with this. This is something that a lot of people ask us. Obviously we had filters before, but now the type of filters that you have and the range and the ways in which you will be able to filter your inventory has massively increased. So let us know what you think of this, and I think a lot of you will find it really exciting, but also really, really useful. Back to us.
There we go. So those are the new filters. Very exciting. We have something extra that we're going to add to these filters really soon that's going to make it even better for you. So hold tight for that one. I won't give too much away, but it's really good, and I think that you'll definitely love it. So yeah, they're the new filters. lots of people have been asking for a long while to have a more comprehensive set of filters, and now we have them. And over time, we'll definitely add more to them. So if you have any suggestions about some of the things that you would like to see in filters, then please do let us know. And we can definitely get that added on there. Did you do a poll?
I did, yeah. I slid one in at the last minute. I asked everyone, how do you like the sound of the new update? 50% said I'm excited, and 50% said I'm just as hyped as Holly is, which is way more than hype. So people are on your level.
That's funny. I'm so glad. So very glad. Yeah, but they're great. It does make such a difference. I think when you're using Profit Protector Pro, when you're using Profit Protector Pro daily, and you're in the desktop version, you know, trying to find your listings, make sure that you've got everything set up just the way that you want. Just being able to toggle those filters, it just makes it so much easier. Emma said she's definitely more hyped than me. I can imagine. For you guys that actually use Profit Protector Pro day to day and do online arbitrage and stuff, it's gonna make it so much better for you. So I'm glad that you're more hyped than me. I'm not sure you are, but I'm glad. So yeah, I mean, everyone's just as hyped as me. Everybody. We've got 75% here that are just as hyped.
Again.
Yeah, so but those are all of our videos. We don't have anything else to share with you guys today because obviously all of the things that we share are pre-recorded. So it's not like to fill the time I can just hop on to share screen and show you some more bits. So if you do have any questions, then please do let us know. Simon said, as ever, thanks so much. Really useful. I'm really glad, Simon. It's great to know that actually doing these helps you guys. And it just, I don't know, I guess it shows you some things that have always been there potentially, but you might have just missed them or missed the announcement and things like that. So it's really good to know that these are helpful for you. I don't think we're going to get very many questions because, again, Kaylee did such a good job of explaining everything. So I guess for this week, we will leave it here. And we will see you again in 2 weeks' time for the Profit Protector Pro Deep Dive. And then we also have, or is it in 2 weeks' time? Is it in a month's time? It's in a month's time.
2 weeks is BuyBot Pro. So yeah, in a month's time, we'll be back.
Yep, exactly. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll do the BuyBot Pro one. If you guys use BuyBot Pro, then you'll be able to sign up to that one really soon. I think we just have one question. Armajit, did I say that right? I'm not sure. But
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a way of combining the profit margin and sales data from Sunfully and bulk upload for PPP? I don't believe that there currently is the option to do that, but we can definitely look into how we can integrate Sunfully and PPP that little bit more. I don't think there is a way to do that right now, but I'll have to double check and get back to you. Obviously, you can sign into Profit Protector Pro on your Sunfully dashboard on the Repricer tab. But in terms of combining the profit margin and sales data, I'm not too sure about that just yet. So we will definitely look into it. It's just that we can manage the repricing based on sales and profit margin data. Yeah, of course, I definitely understand that. We'll look into it and we'll see what we can do. I don't think it's currently possible, but I'm sure it can be. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks, Emma. You're really good. Yeah. Thank you for all being here. Are we planning a Sunfully webinar? Yes, we definitely will at some point in the future. I don't imagine it will be in the next couple of months, but definitely in the future, we 100% will. As soon as we plan those, we'll post it on the group and you'll be able to sign up for them as well. So yeah, I know that they'll be really helpful for you guys to get some more training on how to use Sunfully to get the best out of it. So we'll definitely do that for you.
In the meantime, though, I mean, every week, I mean, I put a Sunfully video out. So if you did want to see something specific explained, if it's not already on the YouTube channel, just feel free to ping us an email and we'll see if we can cover that topic in a video.
Yeah, absolutely. You do a great job of those videos. So there's lots to be learned on the YouTube channel for sure. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.